Good morning. Welcome to Market Mashup, our weekly recap of financial markets and what we look forward to this week that might have an impact on stocks and bonds in your portfolio. I'm Scott Naska, president of Generation Capital Management. Tough week last week for the markets. We had the Dow Jones down 2.8%. S&P 500 was down 3.4%, and the NASDAQ was down 4%. That led all the decliners last week. I like to point out the bond market as well. We have the 2-year note yield right now at 4.34% and the 10-year at 3.54%. So we're still seeing an inversion in the yield curve where the short end of the market yields higher rates than the longer end. As we've talked about in the past, keep an eye out on the bond market. When we see an inverted yield curve like we're seeing now, that in most instances will lead to slowdown or recession. So the market's telling us something by having Fed rates up or short end of the rates up higher and the long end moving down. So just keep an eye out on that. I know the Fed does, and I know most investors are looking at as well. A couple big data points or news items this week. We have the CPI, Consumer Price Index, Inflation Index, on Tuesday. That's something that the Fed is going to pay a lot of attention to. So keep an eye out on that. That basically gauges the inflation rate. That's something that they're focused on in terms of their interest rate policies. And then on Wednesday, the day after we get that information, the Fed FOMC meeting minutes are released, or the meeting is done, and they'll have their interest rate policy decision, which most people think is going to be another 50 basis point hike. Potentially could be. If it's 75, the markets probably will sell off on it. If it's 25 basis points, markets will probably get a rally. But you want to listen to the commentary, listen to the discussions, anything that comes out of the minutes and the notes. Information going on out there that you want to pay attention to. Obviously Tuesday and Wednesday, all eyes are on these two numbers coming out, or two pieces of information coming out, because the stocks are gonna, basically move off of what happens on Tuesday, and then if there's confirmation on Wednesday, we should get a better understanding of how things are going to work out, especially towards the end of this year and moving into the first quarter of 2023. So. Keep an eye out. This is a big week for markets. I know a lot of people are looking at it. The markets are sort of waiting right now, but it's going to impact stocks and bonds. So, definitely pay attention, especially during this holiday, next 2 weeks of of Christmas and New Year. So we want to pay attention to this. So, please feel free to reach out to us. Look at our website, www.gencapmgmt.com. Please email me. My email address, snaska@gencapmanagement.com as well. Our team's ready to answer any questions that you might have. We've got a lot of information up there, through the blogs, through our market mashup, through our John's Top Tips for year-end financial planning. We're ready to answer any questions that you might have. If you're not a client of ours, we're happy to take a look at your portfolios and offer some advice there. Make sure you understand exactly how they're being managed, and hopefully it fits into your longer term goals and objectives. But please reach out to us. We are looking forward to talking to anybody that would like to have a second opinion on their portfolios, or just to calm some nerves in terms of a pretty volatile 2022 so far, and just to see and make sure that you're on schedule for where you should be. Once again, my name is Scott Naska, president of Generation Capital Management, and this is Market Mashup. Have a great week.